Strength is the only thing that matters in this world. Everything else is just a delusion for the weak. What's going on, everybody? We have one of my most highly anticipated DBZ statues ever. Vegeta is the ultimate character. His story and arc, personality, everything about him is ultimate for me. My entire life is devoted to Vegeta ever since I was a little kid and saw him. Everything I do, the reason I go to the gym and, I want to train to be a warrior just like Vegeta. Bench 405, 5 reps. Less than 1% of the world can do that. Vegeta means everything to me. And our good friends over at KD Collectibles made this life-size bust. So this is what you see when you open the art box. I am not going to take the colored box out because I don't care about it. However, I will say, this box was pretty beat up by DHL, but KD put all this around it in addition to the brown top thing, and it really did protect it. So I'm glad he did that. Nice packaging. This is going to be a simple unboxing because it's just 3 pieces. It does come with his standard art prints. Body may have separated from base during transit. Please take care when lifting out. Boom. So I'll probably just leave the styrofoam in and just, get that out. But let's go ahead and unbox this. Extremely excited. This is one of the final DBZ crucial pieces of my collection. Alrighty, folks, let's get to it. Alrighty, so this one did come with a metal COA. This is sculpted by Macon and Drady. So you got this really cool metal COA in addition to your standard COA. It's a shame I don't have a Goku version to match this. I wish KD would go back and make us a Goku one. But I'm glad he made that. I think it's really cool. Let's see, so here we're seeing some of the hair. He also includes a COA holder. All his statues include a COA holder now, which is really nice, because then you don't have to go out and buy them. I believe this is part of the logo. Yeah, we got the Z. I know he's also been separating the dragons from the bases to prevent breakage. I really would like to buy a bunch of these dragons off him. I'd buy like 30. Put them on every statue that doesn't have one. So I think they're super cool. These little Shenron dragons. They add a lot to the piece. But I do think it was smart of him to start separating that, easier for replacements if there's ever an issue. All right, so that is all the pieces for the base. All right, so we'll get the head out last. Let's get the body out. There's also actually, okay, so he did include an actual charger for this with the plug-in, because his more recent Boo I got did not have the actual, plug that. So he included its USB-C. So like a cell phone charger for my Samsung. And there's one other thing here as well. Look at this, goodness. KD also included a metal plaque holder. So, goodness. So you can basically, do that. So you have everything you truly need. All right, now we're good to get the body out. I am surprised this is one piece, honestly. I thought it would be separate. Come out. Jupiter. Okay. There you go. This has tons of styrofoam crap all over it. Like really bad. We'll need to take a duster to this and then vacuum. Alrighty. One piece remaining. The portrait. Always take out all the little styrofoam inserts before you take something out. A little tricky with the hair, it catches the styrofoam, so you gotta be careful, don't want to force it and break it. Okay, there we go. Head is very heavy. I don't think the bust as a whole will be heavier than Goku though, because Goku was stupid heavy. Yeah, these Super Saiyan heads are always tricky getting out. Okay. You guys got first look, although I'm uploading this tomorrow. Boom! Check out Vegeta, Jupiter's frickin' cock. Just gotta clean him up. All this magnetizes in really nicely. And these are, it's almost like they're holding it. So quick turnaround. As far as I can see, no damage. It's just really a lot of like styrofoam crap, all that. So duster will fix that and I just vacuum it up. There it is. Not a big bust. Now definitely not big by any means. So yeah, it's definitely a lot smaller than Goku. Let me clean them up real quickly, then we'll review this bad boy. Alrighty, folks, so we got Vegeta all set up, cleaned up, lights lit up. Check it out. This is everything you get for, this was, how much was this? Like $900 plus shipping is $350. I did express $500. The reason I did express is because I canceled KD Android to let me transfer my deposit of $450 to this. And so I'm just like, I'll just do express. And I paid him like 80 bucks or something, 70 bucks. And we got it 2 weeks later because it took him a week and a half to ship. But here he is, finally. KD Vegeta, just like this. Okay, Vegeta is definitely a lot smaller than me. Granted, Vegeta is a small character. You know, he is like, what is he, like 5? He's a small character, for sure. Although my inkling tells me this is underscaled. I don't know, just like his upper body is so small and his head is small, it does feel underscaled in my opinion. Like, his Goku felt on scale. This feels underscaled, like it should have been a little bigger. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I need to see a side-by-side of Goku and Vegeta. But, like, you know, I'll do some measurements for you guys. But let's quickly check out this light up before we unplug it. So, yeah, I have it plugged in here. The cable's not very long. And it's just this weird little button you press here. Pretty bright. I'll probably never use it again, but it is nice that he did USB-C, because that's the exact same plugin as Prime 1 Goku and Vegeta. So if I do decide, yeah, I want to go ahead and light them up, I could realistically just do one USB-C to light up everything. Yeah, so let's do some measurements and everything. Definitely a very heavy bust, I will say. So shoulder to shoulder, it's about 18 inches. Me, I am about 25 inches. The top of his neck to the bottom of his chest is about 13 inches. Heck, I'm 2 feet. The tallest point of the bust, about 30.5 inches. Depth, if you include the hair, you're looking at shy of 15 inches. I mean, the base itself is only about 13 inches. So, I mean, overall, the height is there because of, obviously, you know, it's a Saiyan. And, you know, they have very tall hair. Plus, it is more or less kind of the half torso bust. I like the base. It obviously matches Goku. It looks good. The arm crossing definitely saves on space, you know, where Goku, because the arm's out, you know, it really takes up a lot of space. So this is a space saver that also gives you both arms, which is really nice. No seam line. It's very heavy. I'm assuming he probably didn't go hollow like he did on Goku. The neck, there isn't really a neck seam. I like the texture work on this a lot better than his 1/4 scale. That one I thought was a little extreme, especially like on the gloves and everything. But this one, I mean, it does have textures on the gloves, but being a bigger life size, I think it works good. The blue texture looks on point, very muscular, you know, very buff. The Super Saiyan hair color's spot on, you know, just like his Goku, and the skin tone is perfect. So absolutely, you know, that's one thing KD's really good at is just the general paint app. It's very vibrant and looks on point. I think the sculpt is really good, looks just like Vegeta. Eyes look like green decals, and the white looks painted, as far as I can tell. But good amount of detail in the face. You know, there's a few scuff marks here and there, so he's, you know, gone, it's, you know, like middle of the battle, fighting Cell, I suppose. That's how you could view this. So, yeah, definitely really nice sculpt in this. You know, just like even the back muscle right here, the back of the neck, the arm detail. You know, he's definitely super ripped, I will say. Very compact and ripped dude. Super Vegeta. Definitely much smaller bust overall than like MRC Vegeta, which that one was really just like right here and up, no arms. It was just a very oversized head and little bit of torso. I much prefer, you know, more of this like half torso. You're able to see a lot more detail. This scale though, Honestly, this size is about the size of J-Ross. It just includes more body. Like the head size is about J-Ross size. It's just J-Ross lacked the body, but it's about J-Ross size, I will say. I thought it would be bigger in person. So that is one thing that, you know, I think KD should have made this a little bit bigger, in my opinion. You know, having owned 40 busts, this is definitely like a smaller sized bust. I mean, it's a tall bust, but like the head and arms and hands do feel small. Let me compare fingers. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot smaller than me. I mean, the thing is, I'm a huge dude. This feels like the size of a small Asian woman. You know, like I see these small Vietnamese women at my gym. This is the size of a small Vietnamese woman. So that would, I would say, is probably the only negative, is the size feels small. But let's go ahead and, you know, set it up next to Scorpion bust. You'll see the size comparison next to Scorpion. Granted, Scorpion's a more traditional bust with a tall base. But, you know, they should size up pretty good because Scorpion is also like 30 inches tall. So let's go ahead and put them in the display. Alrighty, YouTubers, so here we go. So I had to make a quick Google search to determine like the DBZ sizes. And it does vary per saga, but it seems like Goku is between 5'7" to 5'9", where Piccolo's like 7.5 feet. And Vegeta is listed at 5'1" in Saiyan Saga, 5'4" in like Frieza Saga. So, if that's the case, then that would make Vegeta accurate, the size of a Vietnamese 5'4" woman at my gym. You know, he does look tiny when you compare him to the Z Warriors. You know, so here he is. You know, he does look, I would say, in scale with that Goku, considering when I looked at the sizing charts between the two, Goku is pretty much, you know, a lot bigger. But there it is next to Prime 1 Vegeta as well as KD's Vegeta. Now, the hair is the same color as his Goku. It's not the same as his Vegeta Final Flash. That is the older style hair, like similar to the Goku Namek. He did it that style originally, where it was very like yellow and whitish, and then he started adding a little bit of orange once he started doing like Gohan and so forth. You know, and that Goku, I think, was the first one that started doing like the very vibrant yellow with a hint of orange. Which I like that color the best for the Super Saiyan, like same as the Vegeta bust. I think that's the best color. Like Prime 1, Goku, and Vegeta, their hair color is good, but I like the bust better. I like that more vibrant look. But then again, a Super Saiyan's hair varies whether he's powered up. When he's powered up, it looks more vibrant. When he's calmed down, you know, it's more like that. So this is Vegeta powered up look, you know, with auras surrounding him and so forth. In terms of like the armor on his body, KD's Final Flash does match that yellow armor better, where that Prime 1 Vegeta is probably more accurate to like that poster behind. You know, so the KD Vegeta bust is technically like inaccurate when it comes to the yellow armor part. It should be more of that color. Now you can clearly see in that poster. Even in the poster right there, it's more similar to that versus that. But this is more vibrant, so I think that's why he went for that look. Nevertheless, it doesn't bug me that it's, you know, a little bit more vibrant on this. You know, and that also has texture work on the gloves. Not texture on that, but then extreme texture on like this as well. Prime 1 doesn't have any type of texturing, which is fine because I actually like that look as well, where this one's to the extreme on everything. Although this one did not do texture in here. So I think in general, if you wanted the perfect companion to the Vegeta bust, I think Vegeta Final Flash does match better than Prime 1. You know, in general, because it's, you know, KD products, you'd want to pair them together. But I do think Prime 1 Vegeta is a superior statue to KD's, and in general just looks better in the display for me. So it still matches very good because of how tall it is with the Big Bang attack. Super, super cool. So let's remove the KD Vegeta bust now. So as far as this top level, the only thing we're waiting for is the Vegeta head holder, because we're doing the exact same look. Bust head holder 1/4 with props. We got the Scouter right there as his prop. So we just need the Vegeta head holder by Jack Stowe. I think the Vegeta one looks absolutely incredible. So very excited to get that. The Goku one's phenomenal. It's such a perfect companion. So very excited for the Vegeta one, which also has him as the freaking Ozaru ape. And then for the display as a total, we need Sume Frieza and Ryu Buu. Then this display is complete. The entire plan, because I've always wanted this, is a villains display, having all villains next to each other, and then a Goku and Vegeta with the bust on each end. And I did do the Goku and Vegeta bust on each end when I had the old J-Ross bust, which were up here. If you remember that. And I had Dragon Fist with Sume Vegeta. But ultimately, I think this is a far more impressive display, because not only are the KD, Vegeta, and Goku busts far superior to the J-Ross, the Prime 1 Goku and Vegeta is, superior than the Dragon Fist and Sume Vegeta. It's like these are the two best 1/4, and these are the two best busts out there. There's quite a few Vegeta busts out there. I would say the three best is this one, MRC, and J-Ross. I haven't been the biggest fan of all the other ones out there. The paint and sculpt always looked very cheap, and I've just never been the biggest fan. The one that's probably the fourth best is the Vegeta Blue. I don't even know the name of the company, but they do the life-size statue and then the bust. I think that one's pretty good for a Vegeta Blue. But I'm not looking to collect Super. DBZ is what I grew up on and is what I'm sticking to, so I've avoided Super. I had some Super in the past, but it's all sold. So we're sticking to what I grew up with, which is the most nostalgic for me. Let's get a little bit closer so you can see these two together and how they pair. As you can see, they do pair excellently. And you can see Vegeta next to, like I said, Scorpion bust. I don't know how big Scorpion is. I'm going to assume he's probably like 6'1". And he's also extremely raised on his base. But definitely a much bigger overall portrait as well. But anime is different than real life, like humans, so you really can't compare the two. This is a totally different universe and everything. But this is two of my favorite characters, Scorpion, Vegeta, and Kratos. Kratos is the last character I would need to have my three favorite characters. I put it as Vegeta, Kratos, Scorpion. So someday I hope to have a Scorpion bust, and if I get it, what I'd probably do, I can move that down low, those two there, but squished together, move that out there, that squished over, and a Kratos bust right in the middle. That's how I would do that. I could make space for that. But we will get a Kratos bust eventually, ideally silicone from, the newer God of War, not old school. I'm definitely digging this overall look. I think it looks incredible. I know it would be a lot, the display as a whole would look super sick if I had everything lit up. Because at the end of the day, every one of these can light up. Technically, I can't light that up. But if I had the real one, I could. But everything could light up. The statues, the bus, and all three of my 1/4 will be able to light up. So overall, I am very happy with this Vegeta bust. I'd definitely say it's well worth it. I know this is a sold-out bust, and I can presume is going to be highly sought after. Considering it's basically a perfect sculpt, and the paint is vibrant and juicy and looks really good. And it definitely screams Vegeta where there's there's not really too many flaws. Like I said, Vegeta's only 5'4", so I guess this would make this accurate scaling. And it's still 31 inches tall, which is a tall bust in general. In terms of how it looks standing up, I would say it's about equal to Goku, where you probably want both busts up higher. Right now I have it about 35 inches up from the ground. And me standing up at 6'4", you can barely see the eyes, but it doesn't bug me. But I usually sit down in this office chair when I'm looking, and I can see them both perfectly. But in a perfect world, I'd probably raise both of these another foot. If you wanted it at perfect, you want them looking at you in the face. That's the best way to have a bust. You want it looking at you in the face. That's when you want all busts higher up, not down low. But Yeah, overall, I'm super happy. I think this is incredible. The actual bust base is definitely smaller than Goku. Looking at both of them now, it's definitely smaller. And in general, it is a smaller bust. The head size, Goku's body's bigger. His arms are bigger. The thing about Vegeta I like quite a bit more is the fact Vegeta has two arms where that has a cutoff arm. I'm not the biggest fan of cutoff arms. Like, it can work like Alita, Jason, Freddy. And it does work in this scenario, but ultimately I think KD should have just given us a second arm. That way they would both look complete. That's why I kind of angle mine like that so you can't really tell. Overall, I would say this is definitely a Vegeta grail. And something you'll never see leave the Flankster collection, that's for sure. Now, this is definitely like one I'm going to take to the grave. You'll never see this up for sale. If you do, you guys know something seriously went wrong with me. Like, I got cancer in 6 months to live type of scenario. Otherwise, I'm going to enjoy this every single day for the rest of my life. My mere mortal life. So definitely a 10 out of 10 grail piece for me personally. And I think anyone who has this coming, you're going to really enjoy it. It is a pretty heavy bust. You know, I'd probably peg it at 40 to 50 pounds. I did take the head off when I moved it over just to lighten the load. You know, and it's not difficult to remove the head, where Goku, once you put that head on, it's not coming off. But Vegeta was very easy. You know, and he's already attached to his base. So I'm kind of surprised, honestly, they did that, because I could see that potentially causing some damage issues. I personally would not have done that. I would have made so the bust, you know, goes on top of the base separately. But that's KD's decision. I'm just glad mine doesn't have any damages. There's one tiny QC issue. There's like a little white thing right there. I don't know what that is. You know, I tried dusting it off and whatever. It doesn't bug me. It's not a huge issue. But, you know, these things are handmade, and no piece is going to arrive to you truly perfect, for sure. So thank you, KD, for this amazing bust. This might potentially be my last KD statue. I don't know. You know, I'm not pre-ordering anything he currently has up. Like, he has his Gohan bust, which I think looks really good. But I don't have space. If this room was DBZ only, you can bet you I'd buy every KD statue out there. But as you can see, unless I want to go up in height, but the thing is, even if I went up in height, I couldn't really put a big statue like right there. I'm very limited. I can only put like small things. Like, I could put a wall mount there and throw all the KD single busts up there. But I don't think that'd look good. I like this look. I think it looks clean. It looks great. I got matching posters and everything looks really good. I would consider just raising the shelves to get better viewing angles. That's the one thing I would consider. You know, just raising both shelves up, you know, a solid 6 inches. However, you know, thinking about that, it'd start to block some of this, so I'm not going to do that anyways. The only things I think KD will make that I will consider in the future is going to be a short-haired Trunks, Krillin, if he can make a better Krillin than the one I have on PO. And that one, sculpt-wise, is perfect. The only thing it needs is a better base. Well, really an underbase. Tien and Chiaotzu, Mystic Gohan, and Gotenks. I mean, I don't really have space. I can make space for Tien and Chiaotzu right here. No problem. I can technically put a statue there. Like, I can realistically put Piccolo there, and then I have a big spot there for something. You know, like if we got a Master Roshi or something for Saiyan Saga. As far as Buu Saga goes, it's quite difficult. The only way I could truly make space is if I push this to the left and push that to the right, and then did a statue right there in the middle, like Mystic Gohan. Or I sold KD Vegeta and did like Mystic Gohan and Gotenks. Now that way there's no repeat characters. The only reason I have a repeat character is because I absolutely love this scene. It was so badass when Vegeta truly showed his evilness in that saga. So I just can't come to sell this, even for a Mystic Gohan or a Gotenks. And I really don't want the display cluttered either. So maybe I could fit a statue in the back, you know. And I thought about Vegeta's or KD's Vegito versus Super Buu. And I'm like, I could throw that back there. but I don't know, it probably looked cluttered, and I'm like, I want a clean look. So I'm not trying to clutter the display, and no more than 3 statues on the shelf. That's for sure. Anyways, folks, that is it. You may or may not see another KD statue on this channel. If you do, it'll be a while. Like I said, one of those 3, ideally Trunks or Tien and Chiaotzu. But I'm extremely happy to close this saga. We only have a few more DBZ statues on PO right now. The Vegeta head holder, Frieza, Boo, Krillin. And that's kind of it for right now. You know, and technically we've sold KD Trunks. And the only reason I sold it is because it offered a shit ton of money. $2,200. That's just a lot of money. And I love that statue. I think it's one of his best. But that's just a lot of money. You know, and for the most part, I'd sell any statue for the right amount of money. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, do join my Facebook group, DBZ Resin Collectors, and Flankster Statue Collectors. Link are in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.